So goal setting, the goals that are set for the organization, that are set for our personal as well as professional life. Okay, or we can say planning. Planning is the process of thinking about the activities that are required to achieve a desired goal. Okay, so unless and until our planning will not be proper, our planning will not be accurate or apt, the goals are not able to set by the person, by the people. Okay, so if we talk about the organization point of view, of goal setting is very important because at every stage of the business growth, the managers need to set the goals. Okay, for example, if we talk about marketing area, so we need to set the marketing goals. If we talk about the finance area, so we need to set the goals for the finance or for the financial areas. Okay, where we have to do the investments. Okay, or what will be the returns, or so on. Oh, as we talk about the HR field, okay, so there also we have to set some goals. So at every stage of the organization or at every level of the organization, we need to set the goals so that the smooth working or smooth functioning of the organization can be achieved, can be run. Okay, and how it can happen? It can only happen when we are having the proper or effective planning of everything. Okay, if we talk about HR, so in HR we need to plan about the recruitments. We need to plan about the framing of strategies, policies as per the laws made by the government. Okay, and there are a number of acts. So as per the acts, as per the policies, we need to plan the activities in the departments. Okay, or we can say, if we talk about the marketing area, so we need to plan everything. We need to plan the marketing strategy, we need to plan the sales strategies. Okay, how we are going to achieve the highest sale. Okay, or we can say uh, how we can achieve the targets. Okay, meet out the targets that we have set for a specific day or for a specific time period. So all this come just because we are having the effective planning. So without planning, we cannot set the goals, or we cannot work upon those goals to achieve them or to meet them. Okay, so we can say planning is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. If suppose we have set some goal, so planning is the way, planning is the process by the help of which we will be able to achieve that specific goal that we have set. Okay, like if we have achieved, if we have set the sales targets or sales goals. Okay, so planning is how we will achieve that specific sales goal. This is the planning. We can say blueprint. Okay, by adopting the blueprint, we will be able to set the goal, or we will be able to achieve the goals. Okay, or we can say planning is based on the foresight, the fundamental capacity for mental time travel. Planning is something that is extracted from our basic senses. Okay, so as much as we'll think more, we will be creative, we will be innovative. Accordingly, we will be able to plan the things very efficiently and effectively. Okay, so the capacity to think forward, the capacity to think uh, creatively is considered to have been a prime mover in the human evolution. Sorry. Okay, so for that purpose, planning is very important. If you are the manager of the organization, there also you need to plan everything. You need to plan your day-to-day functions, you need to plan your daily routine operations. Okay, like you need to uh, make the employees or labor trained how to operate the machines, how to do the work. Okay, how to achieve the targets, daily targets. So this is all about the planning. Then only you can achieve the daily goals or short term goals as well as the long term goals. Okay, then why do managers plan? The managers need to plan for the smooth functioning of the business, for the smooth running of the organization. Okay, we or managers need to plan to overcome with the uncertainty and change, because the we future is always uncertain. We do not know uh, which circumstance is going to come into the business environment, okay, or is there any change that can come into the business environment, any environmental issue, any political issue, any technological issue, anything can come. Okay, so managers need to plan to overcome with that uncertainty aspect, okay, to overcome with that change. A sudden change is required, so we always the managers need to have plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, so that as and when required the managers can implement those plans and they can go for smooth functioning of the business. Okay, then to focus organizational activities on a set of objectives, managers need to plan the organization activities, organization, what is going on in the organization, what is the environment of the organization, how the people are working, how the people are reacting towards the people, towards the situation, okay, or are they following the instructions or rules and regulations given by the authorities, given by the seniors or not. Okay, so this is all organization activities. So managers need to plan the activities that have been or that are going to be conducted in the organization. Okay, daily operations, HR activities, marketing activities, sales activities, dispatch activities, financial activities. So unless and until the managers will not plan all these activities, they cannot run the business properly or systematically. Okay, then the managers need to plan to provide a coordinated and systematic roadmap for the future activities. When managers are having the clear understanding, like what is the structure of the organization or what are their targets for the specific time period or a specific year, so that they can implement or they can frame or formulate the strategies and plannings or formulate the strategies and policies, okay, or to give a roadmap, to give a clear view, okay, of the business operations, how they will conduct, how they are going to conduct the business operation, how what kind of activities they are going to implement, what are the plans they are going to implement in the business operations. Okay, so managers need to plan so that they can provide a coordinated systematic roadmap for the future activities. Okay, then to increase the economic efficiency, yes, managers need to plan the things. For example, if I talk about the suppliers, so if you will not have the alternatives of the suppliers from where you are supplying, from where you are taking the raw material or you are taking the resources, okay, so unless and until you are not having the strong network to search or to explore about the raw material, about the subsidies, about the we can say resources, okay, so it will we can say the economies of scales cannot be achieved. Okay, so when the managers will have the plan, like this is these four suppliers are the alternatives, or which supplier is going or which supplier is giving us cheap and best resources, so that we can select that specific supplier for our business. Okay, so until we are not having the planning, we can say we can spend more money on availing or on the availability of the resources. Or when we are having the proper plan, so we can say we can increase the economic efficiency, or we can achieve the economies of scales, or we can purchase or avail all the resources at a very reasonable or cheaper rates. Okay, then managers need to plan to facilitate the control by establishing a standard for later activities. Okay, managers need to plan to facilitate the control over the organization, to control over the employees who are working in the organization. Okay, managers need to plan how they will how they will run the organization, okay, or how they will proceed for getting the work done from the employees. Okay, so to control the organization is very important, because when there will be no control or when there will be no authority in the organization, then what people will do? People will do whatever they will or whatever they want to do. They will not do productive things. They will not meet the targets. They will not listen the things properly. They will not obey the rules and regulations or instructions properly. So as a result, what will happen? The organization's goals and objectives will not be achieved properly, or we can say the daily targets or the deadlines or schedules cannot be managed or achieved at a right time. Okay, so that is why managers need to plan everything. Now managers need to plan the contingency approaches also. Okay, means if any contingency approach is coming, if any sudden change has happened into the business operation or into the environment of the business, then what will be the plans? So manager should always have few plans, few effective plans along with him or herself, so that as and when required, the manager can implement that specific plan to survive the business into the competitive scenario. Okay. Now, planning and performance. Is there any relation between the planning and performance? Yes, there is a relation between planning and performance. Whenever you will plan effectively, you will perform effectively. If we take about the example of our personal life, okay, if we will not plan our day properly, then we are not able to do anything. Okay, if we will not plan our day in a systematic manner, we cannot manage anything. Means, for example, in a day uh, you have to qualify for an examination, you have to go to your friend birthday party, okay, or you need to, or you have to do some other work that is very urgent, you cannot escape that. Okay, you cannot escape that. So there are number of things you have to do in a particular day. So when you will not have the planning how you will do those work, so that you will not feel overburdened, you will not feel demoralized, you will not feel irritated or frustrated. Okay, so unless and until you will not plan your day, you will not perform, or you are not able to perform or execute those activities, those plans in a particular day properly or effectively. Okay, so we can say performance planning is a systematic and structured approach to successfully achieve the desired goal of an individual or team throughout the assessment year. Okay, if we talk about organization point of view, if the managers will not plan the activities, if the managers will not plan the strategies and policies for the organization betterment, the organization will not be achieved to the desired goals. Okay, or the organization will not be able to achieve the individual or team goals, because in the organization, whenever the work is required, it is required to rather than individually, the teamwork is required in the organization, so that the majority of the work can be completed in a timely manner. Okay, so that is why teamwork is very much required, team performance is very much required. So unless and until the manager will not plan how to work in a team, or how to give the instructions to a team, or how well you can extract the you can get the work done by the team members, then your performance will be not that much effective. Okay, so for the effective performance, effective planning is essential, effective planning is necessary. Okay, or to identify and build on the competencies of an individual for doing the job. This helps in making employee more productive. When you will plan the things, when there is a clear understanding in your mind that how you will perform this activity, or how you are going to perform this task, then your productivity will automatically increases. If I am having the plan in my mind, I like this I have to start my day, and like this I have to end my day, then definitely I will be more productive at that specific day. But when I have not planned my things, when I have not planned my day, then sorry, I cannot perform well, or I cannot complete all the tasks that I have set for that specific day. Similarly, with the organization, if the employees have not planned properly how they have to manage their targets, how they have to complete their targets, they will not perform effectively. And as a result, it will lead a bad impact to their image, to their reputation. Okay. So planning and performance are interrelated with each other. When you have planned well, then only you will perform well. Okay. Then goals and plans. Goals and plans. Goals means a goal is an idea for the future or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan and commit to achieve. Goals, we can say an idea or the standards that you have set for your life. Okay, goals can be personal and professional. Personal, when you set the goals at your personal level, or when you set the goals at the professional level, those are the professional goals. Okay, so we can say it is an idea or it is the standard that you maintained in your life to achieve something, to achieve that standard. Okay, then goals are set to achieve the mission of the organization or individual. Okay, what is the mission of the organization? The goals are set accordingly. If suppose the mission of the organization is the organization wants to become top leading MNC in next 5 years. Okay, so we can say goals are set to achieve that specific mission, like that organization wants to be a top leading MNC in the next 5 years. So whatever we will do, whatever efforts we will do, whatever activities we will plan, whatever strategy we will formulate, okay, to achieve that mission, we can say this is a kind of goal we set. Okay, or goals represent the decisions we make and the commitments we take in order to reach the attainments. Okay, so we can say the decisions or commitments that we do with ourselves, as well as we do with the colleagues, with the employees of the organization. Okay, like we need to develop good habits, we need to develop good working style, good working patterns, good strategies, good policies. Okay, or we should remove the weaknesses of the organization, weaknesses of our self. Okay, so that we can achieve the desired goals in the life, or we can achieve the desired goal for the organization as well. Right, up till now we have discussed about goal. Now plans. Plans are, we can say, plans, they document the way by which the goals are to be maintained or to be met. Plans, we can say, are the activities, are the blueprint with the help of which we are going to achieve the goals, short-term goals or long-term goals. Okay, plans are basically the idea or the arrangement for doing or achieving something in the future, because future is never certain, or the environment is always volatile in nature. So we need to have some plans in our mind, so that as and when required we can implement those plans. Okay, then plans are a set of decisions about how to do something in the future. It is a set of decisions that we implement, we execute to achieve our goals. Okay, understood? Now there are some types of goals: stated goals and real goals. Stated goals, we can say, the company states publicly or officially about the goals of organization. Okay, means it is not hidden anywhere. It is written in the document of the organization. It is written at the memorandum of association or of the organization. Okay, legally or officially or publicly, so that the organization can put the maximum efforts, or the employees of the organization can put maximum efforts to achieve those goals. Okay, we can say stated goals are the expressed objectives, are the expressed goals, okay, set by the owners of the organization or policy makers of the organization, they declare that we are going to achieve these stated goals in such time period. Okay, it is also expressed, the time period is also expressed, or it is like that the company is going to achieve this in next this year, in next year, or something else. Okay, so stated goals are always stated because they are publicly in nature. They are we can say expressed by the side of uh, policymakers or owners of the organization. Okay, then real goals. Real goals means real, the, as the name is saying, goals that are realistic in nature, goals that can be attained, that can be achieved by the organization. If the organization will set such kind of goal that is beyond the capacity to perform. Okay, so in this case we can say that the goals cannot be achieved properly. Okay, so always the organization should state or should work on such kind of goals that are realistic in nature, that can be set or that can be achieved by doing the efforts of organization or employees as well. Okay, so the organization need to work upon the real models that can give the real picture. For that, the manager should have the clear understanding about the strengths and weaknesses, opportunity and threats of the organization, so that as per the opportunity, as per the threats, as per the strength and weaknesses, the company or the organization can modify, can update, can we can say reinvent or renovate its product or services as and when required, right? Then time-based goals. Time-based goals means the manager set some time period, like this goal are going to be achieved in this time manner. So we can say time-based goals are defining how far in future you want to achieve them. Okay, or in next 10 years, or in next 2 years or 5 years, we want to see ourselves, okay, at such a position. So this is time-based goals. Or we can say when the supervisor or when the authority people are giving the employees a deadline. Okay, like this task you have to complete in 2 days, this project you have to complete in 1 year. So we can say this is also an example of time based goal. Any project, any assignment, any work that is given for a certain time period, and you have to wind up that work, you have to complete that task or target in that specific time period. This is time based goal. Okay, daily goals, we can say they are very small goals that completes the need of a day only. Okay, like for example, you have set the goal daily you have to go for a morning walk, or daily you have to drink 10 to 15 glass of water. Okay, daily you have to eat fruits and vegetables, green vegetables in your diet. You should always take balanced diet. So this is the daily goals you can set for your life, or we can say for improving your health, from improving your personality. Okay, so we can say these are the smaller goals that we can easily achieve in a day. Okay, like I have written also example. If suppose we want to run for an hour every morning, so this is the daily goal we set. Okay, or we can say we need to go to the college on regular basis. We will not bunk the classes. This is daily goal. Okay. The short-term goal, as the name is saying, short-term goals. Short-term goals are set for the foreseeable future. You are aware about the circumstances and have a general idea of how much the situation can change. Short-term goals, we can say, are set by the organization or by the managers to overcome with the circumstance that has been arised anyhow. Okay, we know like about implementing these short-term goals, we can remove or we can overcome with that specific circumstance or problem or difficulty. Okay, so short-term goals are temporary in nature, we can say, or short-term goals are that we set for a shorter time of period. Okay. Then long-term goals. Long-term goals are the goals, or we can say short-term goals are made to achieve the long-term goals. Okay. So long-term goals are meant to be completed over a time period, over longer time of period. Okay, so someone has given you the assignment, or someone has given you the project of 1 or 2 or 3 years. This is long-term goal. So what activities you will plan, what strategy you will formulate, what policy you will make for that specific long-term goal. Okay, so this also depends upon the effective planning, how you are going to execute the activities to achieve your long-term goals. Okay, so whatever you want to achieve in a larger stage of life is the long-term goal. Okay. Then next is the career goal. As the name is saying, the goals that we set for building the career. Okay. Anything that has to do with the intention, regardless of the time frame, is a career goal. If you are setting the goal that you want to be a good manager, this is your career goal. So you will work on that specific direction. If you have set your goal that you will be a good doctor or good engineer in your life, so you will follow that specific path or direction. So career goals means the goals that you have set to build your career in a very systematic or bright manner. Okay, so this is career goal. Personal goal, the goals that you are setting for your personal life, for your we can say happy life. Okay, so happy life, for happy life, what goals you can set? Like you will always be cheerful in nature, you will always be helpful in nature, you will always be honest and sincere in nature, you should always be open to people. Okay, so from health to finances, you need to maintain your financial problems. Okay, you need to maintain your health, you need to maintain the relationship with your family, friends, spouse, colleagues, peers. Okay, so everything that brings you the happiness and composure as a person is the personal goal. Okay, so some people, the personal goal of some people is to become a good human being. Some people want to be a good or successful person in the life, successful entrepreneur in the life. Okay, personal goal. Some people uh, want that the most of the people can do the friendship with them. This is also a personal goal. Okay, so everything that you plan for your personal growth, for your plan for the personal improvement, that comes under the personal goal. Some people want to have an impressive personality, impressive body language. Okay, so whatever efforts you are doing for that, this is your personal goal or personal plan. Okay, now planning or plan, as we have discussed earlier. So these are some types of plan or types of planning. First is strategic planning. Okay, strategic planning is very important, because without strategic planning, you or the managers of the organization are not able to cope up with the changes, cope up with the any uh, uncertain situation that is coming, or sudden situation that is coming into the business. Okay, so we can say strategic planning looks at the long term issues of organization and helps to develop a plan for the growth and changes of business functions. Okay, so we need, every time we need to formulate the strategies for the business. Okay, for business, the marketing is also required, the sales is also required, the HR control is also required, or the production is also required. So for each and every level of the organization, for each and every step of the organization, we need to plan the strategy, we need to frame the strategies. Without strategies, we cannot move forward. Okay, so we can say strategic planning gives you or gives the organization a tactical or operational efficiency. Okay, if you have if you are having the good strategic plan, in your mind for the organization point of view. It means you are you are more able to understand the operational activities, you are more able to understand the business functions, you are more able to understand the business environment. Okay, and accordingly you are developing the plans, accordingly you are formulating the policies or strategies for your business. Okay, or next is operational planning. Operational planning, as the name is saying, operational. Okay, your daily operation, your day-to-day functions of the organization. Okay, like the people are working on the machines, the people are working on the systems, laptops, or the people are working on the production conveyor belts. So the operational planning focuses on day-to-day issues that are coming into the business, okay, such as staffing level or inventory quantities, or we can say operational activities define working on the machines, working on the conveyor belts, okay, or staffing is also a kind of operational planning. Inventory management is also an example of operation planning. Okay, so we need to plan our daily operations so that we can meet out the targets. We can meet out the daily targets. Okay, if the inventory is not proper, if the inventory is we can say uh, over managed or under managed, then also it can create a big problem for the business. Okay, or we can say if the if the people are absent, if the people are not present properly, or frequent absenteeism is going on into the environment of organization, it also hampers the production capacity of the organization. Okay, so we need to plan everything. We need to have staffing. Okay, we need to have the recruitment planning. If suppose one person is absent, then what will be substitute of that person, so that the production cannot be hampered. Okay, or the targets cannot be hampered. Okay, so we can say operation planning focuses on daily issues, or operation planning includes more detailed objectives with concrete deadlines and task assignments. Okay, so we need to manage the resources, man, material, machine, okay, methods, money. So everything we need to plan at a regular basis at a operational level. So when we are having the planning, proper planning, then only we can execute the operations effectively. Okay, then tactical planning. Tactical planning is used to reach the goals set out by the strategic and operational planning. Okay, we can say tactic means by using the techniques, by using the new techniques, how you are planning the things, how you are planning the strategies, how you are formulating the policies. Okay, so tactical planning, it involves the brainstorming. Okay, what ways, what are the ways, what are the best methods that can be implemented into the planning, that can be implemented into the actions for the betterment of the results, for the betterment of the business. Okay, this is tactical planning. Then contingency level planning. As I have told you earlier, contingency means any sudden change happens. Okay, or we can say, like you have heard about the environmental analysis, pest analysis, political, legal, environmental, social, technological, or economical environment. So every time the environment is changing. Sometimes political environment is changing, sometimes social environment is changing, sometimes technological environment is changing. So unless and until we will not have the contingency plans, we will not be able to survive in the business environment. Okay, for example, suddenly any technological changes are coming into the business, any new technology, any new software is coming, so very quickly you need to update those software, update those tools and techniques into your business, so that you can cope up with the changing scenario, you can cope up with the changing technology. Okay, similarly any political change happens into the business, okay, or any political party has changed, So whatever rules and regulation that party has made, you need to update or modify those rules and regulation into your business also. Otherwise, it can happen that that specific government can seize your business. Okay, so every time we need to cope up with the changing scenario. Okay, so every time we need to have the contingency plan. So we can say the contingency plan includes more detailed action item with specific responses in case of unexpected events or emergency. For example, any natural disaster happens. So what will be your contingency plan? What will be your unexpected plan that can overcome with that specific contingency? Okay, so we need to always need to have the A plan, B plan, C plan, so that whenever the unexpected events, whenever the unexpected emergencies come, we can cope up with the problems. Okay, or when we'll have this understanding, when we'll have the contingency plans, they will not disrupt the business operation, and our business operation will be going on in a very smooth and efficient manner, right? Then steps of goal setting. There are some steps of goal setting. Okay, review the organization mission or purpose. We need before setting the goal, the managers need to review the organization mission, vision, mission or purpose. What is the vision of the organization? What is the mission of the organization? What are the purpose to run that specific business? That should be very much clear in the mind of the policy maker or goal setting makers. Okay. Then evaluate all the available resources. While setting up the goals, you need to you need to evaluate the available resource. Resources means manpower, machines, methods, any strategies. Okay. Then material means raw material. Then what else is required? Money is required. So all these resources, are they available properly or not? If they are not available properly, what will be your plan? What will be your steps to available or to make those resources available at cheaper and best quality, cheaper rates and best quality? Okay, so we need to evaluate, managers need to evaluate the available resources. Accordingly, they can set the goals. Okay, then third one is determine the goals individually or with input from others. Whenever the managers are setting up the goals, a proper meeting is required. The majority of people are required so that the decisions can be taken with the help of the mutually understandable people. Okay, when the decision will be taken with the mutual consent of the people, then that decision will be considered as best decision. Okay, so we need to determine the goals individually as well as the goals that will be good or efficient from the others point of view also. Okay, what else is required? The managers need to, the organizations need to write down the goals and communicate them to who all need to know. There are a number of people working in the organization. When you have set the goals, you have set the targets, you have set the standards, but you have not communicated those goals in front of your labor, in front of your employees, then what will be the use of goal setting? So whatever goals you have set for the organization, whatever goals you have set for each and every department prevailing in the organization, like finance department, marketing department, HR department, accounts department, production department, dispatch department. Okay, so whatever goals you have set for all the departments, the information should be very much clear to each and every individual working in the organization, so that they can follow the rules and regulation, so that they can follow the instructions given by the seniors. Okay, then the managers need to review the results and whether goals are being met or not. Okay, means by setting the goals or by working on those goals, by working on achieving those goals, the managers need to review the outcomes also. Means whatever steps, whatever activities they have planned for achieving the goals, are the activities good or sufficient enough? Are these activities going to generate better results, better outcomes, okay, or meeting the targets or not? So these are the steps that we should take care when we are setting up the goals for the organization. Okay, when we'll go step by step, then definitely our the organization is more able to set the goals, as well as will try best to achieve those goals, right? Then developing the plan. Whenever we are developing the plan to achieve those goals, the manager should always consider the business goals. Whatever goals are set for the business. Okay, short-term goals, long-term goals, whatever goals we set for the business, consider them and accordingly plan the activities, accordingly formulate the strategies and policies, formulate the activities so that the business goals can be achieved. Then talk to your employees. Whenever you are developing the plan, you always need to talk to the employees. Okay, what kind of talk? You can take the suggestions from the employees. You can invite the inputs, valuable inputs from their side. Okay, maybe the people are giving you good solutions for your business, so you can implement them also. Okay, so whenever you as a manager, whenever the organization is involving the employees in decision making process, it will boost up the morale or motivation of the employees. The employees think that they will be considered as the part of the organization, they will be considered as the asset of the organization, and as a result what they do, they put their maximum efforts for developing the plans or brainstorming of the plans and execution of the plans. Okay, then recognize the potential versus readiness. Whenever you are developing the plans, recognize the potential of your employees. Are your employees able to execute the plans, execute the activities or not? Or are they ready for taking the challenges or not? If they are ready to take the challenges, we can assign the duties and responsibilities accordingly. We can assign the challenging roles, we can assign the challenging duties to them. But if they are not ready, they are not willing to do the work, they are not willing to plan the activities, they are not willing to do effective planning, then their potential is vanished, you can say, or they will not be doing anything for the betterment of the organization. Okay, then while developing plans, we need to consider all types of training and development. If as a manager you are realizing that your employees are lacking in specific skill, okay, so you need to train them, you need to call the trainers, you need to conduct the training programs, training sessions, so that your employees can be skilled enough to do a particular task or to plan the activities and execute the activities. So for that purpose, the organization need to conduct or need to organize the training programs time to time, frequently, so that all the people can be very well versed with all the skills and knowledge. Okay, or we can say, if the training and development programs will be conducted in the organization, it will boost up the confidence, it will boost up the skills, it will boost up the morale or motivation in the eyes of the organization, like they will be trained in the organization. So we can say they are more able to do their work, they are more able to achieve their targets properly. Okay, then create a plan for before, during and after. It is a very important step while developing the plan. We should always have the planning in the mind before, during and after a specific situation. Okay, means we should always have this approach, like if something happens suddenly, then what will be the plan? Okay, when something is going on, some changes are going on, that during that change, what will be our strategy, what will be our plans, and after that specific contingency, after that unexpected event happens, then what will be the development plans? So at these three levels, before the happening of the event, during the happening of the event, and after the happening of the event, what will be the plans? Okay, so while developing the plans, while developing the effective planning, we need to consider all these steps. Then only we can say we will be more able to understand the goals and objective of the organization, and we will be more able to work, or we will be more able to adopt those directions, those path, with the help of which we are going to meet all these goals. Okay. Then what kind of contemporary issues can come into the planning? Okay, so planning is required because planning may create rigidity. Okay, if you have planned something, means if you have set the blueprint in your mind, so most of the people are rigid to change that planning. Means if suppose I have said that today I will do this work, so if something happens, or if I am not able to execute that planning, then maybe I am having, or I am suffering from that specific problem, then I will not change my schedule. So because of, we can say, because of the barriers, because of the thought process, mindsets, sometimes people are very rigid when they have planned something, or they do not change their planning. They do not want to change their schedule. They do not want to change their policies and strategies that they have planned. Okay. Then plans cannot be developed for dynamic environment. Okay, because the environment is always dynamic. We cannot say anything what is going on, or what can happen. Okay, so plans should be there to overcome with the contingency, to overcome with the dynamic environment, but we can say that plans cannot be developed for dynamic environment. We have planned something else and something else has happened, so we cannot match our plans with the dynamic environment. When the dynamic environment is coming, when that specific issue has arisen, then only we can change our planning, we can change our activities to overcome with that specific environmental change. Okay, then formal plans cannot replace the intuition and creativity. If we have planned something, if we have planned something officially, if we planned something for our organization point of view, if we have planned the strategies, or if we have framed some policies, okay, for the organization, so it cannot replace our intuition. If our intuition is saying that something is going to be happen, or we should change our plan from this to that, so formal plans we cannot change easily. Okay, formal plans can always, we can say, can change at that time only when something undesirable is happening. Means you have not thought about that and that happens, then only you can change your planning. Okay, then planning focuses managers' attention on today's competition, not tomorrow's survival. This is the biggest issue that comes into the planning, because planning focuses on today's competition. Okay, means you will develop, you are developing the plans to cope up in today's scenario, but for tomorrow, what will happen, you are not aware of this. So planning, we can say, you can plan for today itself. If you have planned for tomorrow, or tomorrow will never come. Okay, so always do the planning for today itself and complete that planning, accomplish that planning effectively. Then formal planning reinforces today's success, which may lead to tomorrow's failure. Because formal planning, we can say that formal planning we cannot change easily. So that is why it can happen that formal planning may lead to tomorrow's failure, because tomorrow is uncertain. So we cannot fit that specific formal planning to our tomorrow's changes. Maybe the changes is something else and we have planned something else. Okay, so we can say that formal planning reinforces today's success. We can execute the planning for today's task, for today's meeting today's expectations, today's deadlines. But if we talk about tomorrow, or if we talk about our formal plans or our today's plans will compensate tomorrow's success, no, it is not that much sure. So these are some issues that arise into the planning. Okay, so always we need to have some plans, always we need to have some alternative plans that we can implement when the dynamic environment is coming, when the unexpected events or situations happen. Okay, so that we can save our business from all these issues. We can grow the business, we can maintain the goodwill of our organization for longer time of period. Okay, or we can say survive in this competitive scenario. Okay, now effective planning in dynamic environment. Effective planning is required because environment is always dynamic. We are not that much sure that what will happen tomorrow. So for that, effective planning is required. Effective planning helps to develop the plans that are specific but flexible. Our planning should be flexible in nature. If our planning is rigid, we cannot cope up with the dynamic environment because we are not aware about what can happen into the future. Okay, so effective planning tells that the plans should always be flexible, not be specific. If they will be specific, we cannot change that plan as and when required. Or if we are flexible, or if the plans are flexible, then always we are having some alternatives. So as and when required, we can execute a specific alternative. This is required, okay, just implement that. This is required, okay, this implement. So when we are having the number of alternatives, when we are having the flexibility in implementing, in executing of the alternatives, then only we can say we are having the effective planning, or the managers are having the effective planning for the organization growth. Okay, then understand that planning is an ongoing process. Effective planning is the ongoing process. The managers need to understand at every time and every phase they need to plan the things. Okay, it is not like that if their product is going down into the market, if their productivity is going down into the market, if their sales is going down into the market, then only they need to reframe the policy, then only they need to plan the things. No. If you are booming into the sector also, if your product is highly demanded by the customers, then also you need to plan. What you need to plan? You need to plan how you can meet the expectations of the customers, how more you can meet the expectations, how more you can satisfy the customers with your services, with your product, how more you can satisfy the suppliers, your clients, your all the parties that are related directly or indirectly with your organization. Okay, so you need to plan, or we need to understand as a manager that planning is ongoing process. At every stage of the organization, at every stage of the success or failure, we need to plan the activities, we need to plan the agendas, we need to plan the things, right? Then change plans when condition warrant. As I told you earlier, the plan should be flexible in nature. Okay, we need to change the plans when the condition is changing. When circumstances are changing, we need to change our plans also. That is why we can achieve the success in the business. Okay, then persistent in planning eventually pays off. When you are persistent in planning, you are not changing yourself, you are not changing your strategy, you are not changing your plannings, then it causes a stagnant growth of the organization. Okay, for example, any new software is coming into the market, or any technology is coming into the market. So you need to update that technology in your company also. Otherwise, you will not be able to survive with that changing scenario. Okay, so you need to plan the things, you need to change the plans. If you will not change the plans, you will not be able to survive in the competitive world. Okay, then flatten the organization hierarchy to foster the development of planning skills at all organization levels. Means effective planning helps the organization hierarchy to understand the organization structure, or to assign them the proper roles and responsibility, or we can say to inculcate the planning skills that can be helpful at all organizational levels. Okay, at middle level, at top level, at bottom level, at every level planning is required. At the organization hierarchy also planning is required. Okay, when you will not plan the hierarchy also, then you will have the problem to allocate the duties and responsibility to the people. Okay, so we need to segregate the levels of the organization. This is the middle level organization. This is the small. This is the low level. This is the high level. Who all the people are coming into the top level? Who are the people coming into the top level? Who are people coming into the low level? Who are the people coming into the middle level? Okay. So at every level of the organization, we need to plan the activities. We need to plan the roles and responsibilities, to whom which responsibility, to whom we have to give this responsibility, to whom we have to give that responsibility. Everything we need to plan. Then only we can say that effective planning is done, because we are not aware about any change, we are not aware about the future, we are not aware about the tomorrow's events. Okay, so always we need to have various alternatives in our mind, or we need to have the flexibility of plans into the mind, so that as the need is arising, as the circumstance is changing, easily or quickly we can have the change in our planning, we can have the flexibility in our planning. So this also we can say leads to the effective planning in the dynamic environment. So thank you.